Hey, it's Mike. I'm back, and I'm ready to go with some more Krishna updates. And I got a great update today. So let's see. We got Liam. Hey, Liam. Glad to see you here. Uh, Trivikrama, frosted brains, epitome of spiritual narcissism. Yeah, I got it all right here. Dolly Roberts. Hey, how you doing? Glad to see you here. And we got Hayden. Hey, Hayden, thanks for coming back. It's good to see you. Jeff. Uh, Jeff, good to see you here. Great to have you on the live. Um, absolutely. So let's get right into it. Let me get this opening going.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, how you doing? So let's see. We got. Hey, how you doing, man? Glad to see you came back. Um, welcome to the Istagosti, the group, the sangha, the whole thing. Welcome to the channel, man. It's great to have you here. Great to have you back. So I know we're all. I don't have knitting cult lady today, so I'm going to do without her. Um, but let's see. I do have some updates on Trivikrama Swami. I know probably if any of you ex devotees are keeping up with all this stuff, you probably already know what's going on. I don't really keep up per se, like keep up to. I'm not, but I do check things out now. A few of you out there are sending me stuff, and so that's great because then I can just click on it and I can go right to it. So I got sent this. This is an update on Trivikrama, but what I wanted to do is I wanted to go over this update includes kind of like everything. So I thought it would be a good time to kind of just go over everything so we know where we are. Hey, Dan, great to see you here. So this little paper that's published on the Hare Krishna webpage kind of starts at the beginning, and it works its way up to the present. So I thought I'd kind of go through that as well. And so I want to get to that. What's my best email? Let's do this. My best email is going to be there. Of course. Why wouldn't it be? Why wouldn't it be? Srimakunda@yahoo.com, and of course you can also go to. Let's see. It's Mike's. Although I'm not live there, but you can visit. You can visit us on the web at itsmikesandoval.com. Okay, and Tim. So we got Tim. How you doing, man? Great to see you here. Man, that's great. Everybody here. So I got sent this thing, and it is, like I was saying, it is the ultimate Trivikram diary, I guess. And I'm gonna show it to you so you can see, uh, and we'll get right up to the current current time. So uh, it says here, for current info about Trivikram Prabhu pastimes in Ukraine, please scroll down. Haribol, below you can read a translation of an email from Trivikram's Ukrainian female disciple sent on July 9th. It's long, but also at least a bit strange. Such an email is an example of extreme Slavic naivete, also denial, farce, and another example of keeping a facade in ISKCON at all costs. So this is appearing on a Hare Krishna webpage, but yet they are not sympathetic to him at all, it looks like. So it says, this is not an exaggeration or our malicious attitude, because it looks like a soap opera, third class actually, and this is the new season. And I have to agree. And here you can see, here's a picture of this. I don't know what his name is. I can't think of what his regular birth name is. So I don't know what his birth name is, but I don't, because I don't want to call him Trivikrama Sex Swami or His Holiness or anything like that. He's just whatever, whoever he is at this point. That's who he is. So it says here, July 1st, 2025, found Trivik Ramdas in orange robes. He gives a lecture in Krakow, and this is, I guess, a screenshot from a YouTube Srimad Bhagavatam class in Polish. It says, so now after the new agreements, he suddenly goes to Ukraine soon for marriage and exile. This is in July, right? So he says, please read this letter, feel the vibe mentality. Sometimes it is nasty, picking up at Polish devotees for disinfo. Also, Trivikram is still called Maharaj. Why? It says, dear devotees, please accept my respectful obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Yesterday, July 8th, a meeting of the Russian-speaking group of Trivikram Maharaj's disciples, of which I was the coordinator, took place via Zoom. Personally, I had neither the time nor the opportunity to arrange a separate Polish translator. In any case, the following very important matters were discussed at the meeting. The minutes of the meeting are to be submitted in additional languages, English and Polish, as announced during the meeting. During the meeting, it was announced that on July 5th, a Zoom meeting was held between 4 GBC representatives, Praladananda Swami, Bhakti Chaitanya Swami, Trivikram Maharaj, and 2 others. I don't know why it doesn't name the 2 others. Guru Maharaj approached the GBC for their opinion on changing the ashram and moving to Ukraine to teach. The GBC approved both points. The meeting perceived constructively. Wait a minute. You're literally obsessed with the ISKCON people. I'm obsessed with this pedophile cult that destroys people's lives, harms and abuses children. Yes. What are you obsessed with? Are you obsessed with defending these pedophiles? Why would you come in here to defend these pedophiles? Are you obsessed with defending pedophiles and defending these cheaters and these scammers that abuse women and children and cause so much harm and suicides and all this other crap? Are you obsessed with defending these people? And you think it's funny that this cult harms and abuses so many people? That's how I knew you were full of shit the other night. I knew you were full of shit. I knew you were full of shit. Why would you defend these people? You say these people. You should be saying you are literally obsessed with us, is what you should be saying. Can you name some other pedophile swamis? Well, how many do you want? It's in Prabhupada's books. It's so what? One's not enough. You need two, three, four. How many pedophile swamis do you need before you wake up and say that this is a pedophile cult? How many quotes from Prabhupada do you need? How many verses of women have small brains and women like to be raped? How many Bhavanandas and Rameshwars and Kirtananandas do you need? How many times do you need to hear that Prabhupada was 22 years old and his wife was 11? How many times do you need to hear that? What the fuck is wrong with you guys? Bro, you pop up on my YouTube feed. Why? Why? I can ask that too. Why you come on my feed? I don't control your feed, dude. Get the fuck out of here if you don't want to. Why are you in here? Get the fuck out of here then. I don't pop up on your feed any more than anybody pops up on my feed. YouTube sends them to you because you're a brainwashed fucking idiot. That's why. That's why you pop up on I pop up on your feed, because YouTube knows you're a fucking brainwashed piece of shit idiot. All of you ISKCON people. Fucking YouTube is smarter than you. YouTube knows you fucking need this bullshit. You guys can't even see that you're fucking brainwashed, but YouTube knows you're brainwashed. YouTube knows you're fucking brainwashed. That's why it sends my shit to you. Because you're clicking on all this ISKCON crap. All this ISKCON brainwash crap. Which tells YouTube that you're a fucking brainwashed cult member. So naturally, my shit's gonna pop up on your feed. Exactly. Fuck, are you that stupid or what? You fucking are stupid. You're all fucking stupid, and that's why you're in here. Because you need to hear the truth and wake the fuck up. So shut the fuck up and listen, or get the fuck out. I don't need to be interrupted by your bullshit. Fucking A, pieces of shit pedophiles and pedophile protectors and predator protectors and fucking bogus gurus scamming, worshiping, drinking their foot water bullshit. Tell us how you drink the water that comes off of these pieces of shit's feet and how you offer them prayers and call them their holiness and their divine grace and all this other bullshit. Tell us how brainwashed you really are. So we can show these other people what the fuck they look like, so they can see how stupid they are, defending these pedophiles and defending these gurus that want your money so they can go swim in the river and go play guru in Rishikesh, and you fuckers are stupid enough to give it to them. Fucking stupid enough to give them. You give them your money. You give them your fucking time. You go out and sell their fucking piece of shit books. And then you come in here and you think you're fucking smart. Like you fucking know something. Fucking retards are us, man. They are fucking so fucking stupid. Like they're going to come in and teach me something. Like they're going to come in and teach me. Like they're going to come in and teach me something. You're fucking idiots. I swear to God. Fucking mental as fuck. The truth is being exposed. A book is being written with evidence of this big scam. Yeah, there's a couple good books. I'm going to recommend one good book. It's called The Life and Times of Bhakta Jim, as told by Bhakta Jim with elaborate purports. You can get it on Amazon. You can go to Amazon and look and just type in The Life and Times of Bhakta Jim. And this is a guy that joined back in the early 70s, and he wrote a book about it. And it's a really good book. It's a really good book. And we can all relate to it. We can all relate to to this Bhakta Jim, and he's got it like all of us. He's got his story, but the way he tells it is really just, it's inspiring to everybody. It really, it makes you want to write your own book. Makes you want to write your own book, because it's the way he writes it is really captivating. It's really interesting. Um, so Mike, you should publish a book as well. You know, I just might. This could actually just be a chapter of a bigger book about me. uh, but who knows? Who knows? But thank you for the words of encouragement. Um, you're very good at deprogramming. You know, some people say this is wrong. We should be gentler with these people, but I don't think so. I mean, if a gentle person needs to be handled gently, but a confrontational person needs to be handled in a confrontational way. There's no, you got to match, the match. Uh, these pieces of shit aren't going to come in here and try to take this over. I mean, they can't. Uh, in any way, in any way at all, they can't. So they're going to get mad and they're going to do this and that. But they need to hear it. They need to hear the truth, because I'm not going to be gentle with these freaking pedophile protecting, predator protecting, woman hating, racist pieces of shit. They don't get special treatment because they're a devotee. If you're a racist asshole piece of shit person, it doesn't matter if you're putting tilak on your head, wearing a dhoti, and getting up at 4:30 in the morning. You're an asshole, racist, sexist piece of shit, and I don't care. I don't care if you got His Holiness in front of your name and Swami Ji and Goswami and all of this stuff. I don't care. I don't give a shit. And your ancient tradition, your 5,000-year-old this and your 5,000-year-old that, you're bullshitting me with that crap. Any of you fucking Hare Krishnas want to come in here and have a debate with me about something, first thing we got to figure out is it 5,000 years old? Is it an ancient tradition? Is there a guy that's got can throw a fucking atomic bomb with his brain? And is there a guy floating between? Because once we establish that ain't real, then I don't know where we're going to go from there. I don't know where that debate's going to go. I ain't going to debate all this other bullshit about the existence of God and the existence of and Atma and the super soul and no. Is your bullshit 5,000 years old? Bhagavad Gita 5,000 years old, like you say it is? Is your Srimad Bhagavatam 5,000 years old? Is there a Vyasadeva sitting on a mountain somewhere right now? Because if there's not, I don't. You go against your own teachings. I'm literally not defending ISKCON. I'm against ISKCON, and you're telling me that I'm defending it. Well, if you say shit that sounds like you're defending ISKCON, then you're defending ISKCON, and I don't care. Because if it wasn't you that made that comment, it doesn't matter. That comment is that comment. Thanks, Mike, for helping me reprogram. Hey, you're welcome, man. You're welcome. You're well, absolutely. You're very good at having your facts and cutting through the BS. Thanks, Mike. I want to thank you for saying that. I don't think I have any special insight or anything, except I was in it for 20 years, so I do have that experience. I do know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. It's like I wasn't in for a couple years and it bounced out. I wasn't in for 5 years and bounced out, or 10 years. 20 years is a long time to hear this shit over and over, and to be living it, and be going to India for 20 years. I'm going every 2 years or so. I'm taking a trip, hanging out with Yashodananda and all these other nuts. Like that's experience that the average Hare Krishna doesn't have. They might come in and bounce out like that girl did. She just bounced out because she just it wasn't for her. She was having problems and whatever. It was causing her anxiety and whatever. But she wasn't sexually abused. She wasn't all these things. None of she wasn't raped behind a stage. She didn't experience all that stuff. She just bounced out. A lot of people have that experience where they join and they just bounce out and they don't understand what's really going on. Reprogram. Yeah, it is like reprogramming. You come out of this thing, you've been through the ringer, you got to get your shit back together. Seriously. Toxic, man. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. I don't know whoever made that. Bunny, Bunny is the one who came in here and said he's going to be defending ISKCON, and so yeah, I go off the handle very easily. So, uh, it was Bunny's comment. Yeah, it was Bunny's comment. Yeah, so, uh, yeah, sorry you thought I was talking to you, and I'm sorry I thought you thought whatever. But, um, yeah. So anyway, yeah, Bunny came in here the other night and was like, I don't know. I said I said I didn't believe him. Here's Bunny. Here's Bunny again. Why you been in ISKCON for such a long time, literally 20 years? I don't give a fuck about ISKCON, by the way. Yeah, you do. You do give a fuck about ISKCON. You give a fuck about ISKCON, dude. Don't pretend like you don't, because nobody who doesn't give a fuck about ISKCON would be in here talking shit. I know about cults. I know about cults. I know how cult people act. I know how the cult has brainwashed you. I know. Normal people who have nothing to do with a cult is not going to come into my chat and start defending ISKCON and asking me about ISKCON, asking me the type of questions that you ask. They don't do it. I know the type of people that do that, and it's people like you. It's people that are in it and want to pretend like they're not in it, or pretend, cosplay as they're not in it. Buddy, you're not fooling me. You're just not fooling me. You're probably, I still think you're the guy that ended up in India milking a cow. And because I called you out on it, you're trying to pretend you're somebody else now. That's all. Otherwise, you wouldn't be in. You wouldn't give a fuck about ISKCON. You think I'm gonna go and waste my time in somebody's chat who's talking about, I don't know, ice fishing off the coast of Norway? If I wasn't interested in ice fishing off the coast of Norway, you think I'm gonna go waste my time going into somebody's chat and interrupting their thing, going, well, how long have you been an ice fisherman off the coast of Norway? Well, why are you making these statements about ice fishing off the coast of Norway? Well, who are you to make comments about ice fishing? Well, why have you been ice fishing for 20 years? It doesn't make any sense, dude. Yes, I'm milking a cow. What's wrong with that? I have a cow in my home. Yeah, I'm sure you do. Yeah. You're from that, so why don't you go milk it? What are you doing here? I don't understand. If you're not in ISKCON and you don't give a fuck about ISKCON, why are you in here defending this pedophile cult and these pedophile gurus? In fact, I don't even want your answer, because I don't need to know your answer. I already know your answer. I already know your answer, because you're in it and you have one of these pedophile gurus and you don't want to tell us who he is. You'd rather talk about your cow, and I don't give a fuck about you or your cow. So anyway, I'm going to get back. I'm going to get back to. I'm going to get back to Trivikrama. So, so this is so interesting, because this is stuff that I didn't even know about this scumbag Trivikrama Swami. So let's see. So, so it says, so to get back to point number three, it says point number three. Yesterday, July 8th, another GBC meeting was held with the same participants, at which further approval was received for the establishment of Guru Maharaj's Grihastha ashram with Lalita Saki Mataji. GBC representatives also personally contacted Akutya Priya Prabhu, the leader of Ukrainian ISKCON, and obtained his consent for all the aforementioned plans, including the teachings of Guru Maharaj in Ukraine. Number four, during the meeting, it was specifically emphasized that Lalita Shakti Mataji is not a disciple participant in the previous events. So this person that he wants to create this Grihastha ashram with, this Lalita Shakti Mataji, is not the woman he's been having an affair with, according to what this says. Okay, this letter goes on. This is clear and beyond doubt and should never be questioned in the future, especially publicly. I have witnessed 100% of the correspondence between Guru Maharaj and Lalita Shakti Mataji on this matter and fully confirm that my participation in the aforementioned situation was authorized from the beginning. 5. Guru Maharaj made an official proposal to Lalita Shakti Maharaj to establish a Grihastha ashram in order to combine mutual outreach in teaching and its development. Guru Maharaj particularly emphasized strict adherence to all regulatory principles, especially the fourth one, which should never be violated under any circumstances. What a perfect hypocrite. Number 6, Lalita Shakti Mataji agreed after detailed discussions with people she trusts, as well as a highly qualified astrologer, because that makes sense. Also, during yesterday's meeting and elsewhere, many students and supporters expressed their support for this step. So everybody was supportive of this because this is what their guru, they thought this is what their guru wanted. So everybody was on board with this, evidently, because they can't think for themselves. Guru Maharaj specifically emphasized that he is concerned that the community, and especially the student body, does not incorrectly identify Lalita Shakti as a participant in the recent situation that served as a trigger for today's events. Yeah, like, why would they do that? Why would they do that? Why would they get confused? This is like Dumb and Dumber, but it's just one person. Uh, Furthermore, Lalita Shakti Mataji consented to this union, fully aware of the challenge she was taking on, which is greatly appreciated. It is also important to note that our Guru Maharaj will be cared for and protected in this ashram, with 99% of the burden on Lalita Shakti Devi Dasi. So it's, oh, let me just go. Let me just go on, man. This is Guru Maharaj clearly stated in his correspondence that remaining outside the Varnashram system is not okay, and it's not in keeping with our tradition. He made his intentions clear. Well, where is the tradition of an 80-year-old guru to have sex with his 35-year-old disciple and hide it for 6 months? So now all of a sudden, in spite of that, he's worried about keeping with the tradition after he just shattered the most important tradition, which is that a Swami doesn't have sex with anyone. He just shatters that tradition and then turns around and says, hey, let's make sure we don't, we don't do anything that's not keeping with our tradition. Well, what the fuck did you just do that caused this whole problem? You see how friggin' insane these people are? And these are the people that Bunny wants to come in here and promote and defend. Otherwise, why is he even in here? Why is he even in here talking about? He doesn't understand that these charlatans are ruining people's lives. They're literally ruining people's lives. Some people are committing suicide because they can't handle what these teachings are telling them, and they're brainwashed into believing them. They're being abused. Little girls are being raped behind stages and all kinds of things. Look at this 35-year-old disciple is being abused by this 80-year-old man who can't keep it in his pants, pretending to be a Swami, pretending to be her guru. And now he has abused her. And now she has to live for the rest of her life as the woman who had sex with her 80-year-old guru. Not just some 80-year-old man. That's no big deal. But this was her guru. Her guru was not a guru, he was just a dirty old man. And these are the kind of people that people like Bunny want to come in here and defend. Defend these people. This guy doesn't care that he's ruined this woman's life. He doesn't even want to marry her. He's going to start he wants to start a marriage ashram with a different woman. Lalita Mataji wholeheartedly agreed to accept his proposal in the spirit of service to Guru Maharaj. So, in the spirit of service to her Guru Maharaj, she's accepted, she's going to marry him as service to him. She's going to marry him. So, she's so brainwashed. So listen to this. This union will not be a sham. Oh, no, not at all. Not at all. This union will not be a sham, and the GBC will be in a more stable spiritual position in this ashram, a much better position for greater effectiveness in devotional service in keeping with his nature. What nature? The nature of him having sex with women. The nature of not being able to control himself. The nature of being an 80 years old and wanting to have sex with 35-year-old young women that are his disciples. That's his nature. He's just been putting it off all this time. And look how they just accept this. They just accept it. Well, Bunny needs to stop promoting these ISKCON people and trying to tell me that I'm obsessed with ISKCON people. Yeah, I'm obsessed with ISKCON people. Like, why would you even come in here and say that? I don't understand that. Like, yeah, that's the point of this channel. That's the point. Wait, so he's not marrying the girl he impregnated? Why? Well, I don't know. It didn't explain it yet. I think we're going to get to that point. I'm not sure if it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be explained. So it says this union will not be a sham. The GBC, the Guru Maharaj will be in a more stable spiritual position. So somehow, him cosplaying as a married devotee puts him in a better, stable spiritual position than if he was cosplaying as a unmarried, woman-hating guru. The Guru Maharaj is also very concerned about communication with his disciples and wants to assure them that nothing will change for them. They will be able to communicate with him as directly as before. Oh, sure, nothing's changed for them. So just think of. I guess Bunny is obsessed with me. I guess I don't know. I guess he is. He is. Um, Trivikrama met Fraud in '69. This man gave his entire life to become a celibate monk, and he is eating his own vomit now at almost 90 years old. Absolutely. Um, so okay. So this is a very important sentence here because we remember the spiritual narcissism. The spiritual narcissism, right? The Guru Maharaj is also very concerned about communication with his disciples and wants to assure them that nothing will change for them. They will be able to communicate with him as directly as before. So he's trying to say he wants to assure his disciples that nothing's changed for them. Nothing's changed. What do you mean nothing's changed? What do you mean nothing's changed? How has nothing changed? One day you're a pure devotee, you're a celibate monk, Swami, and I'm sending you money because I think that you're a celibate monk Swami who dresses in orange and he's in control of his senses and he's on another level, and you're teaching me this and you're doing all of these things, and somehow I'm getting spiritual benefit by just associating with your holy ass. Washing your feet, sending you money, because I think that you're on the topmost level of Krishna consciousness. The same thing that they teach all these guys. I'm on the topmost level, and I can teach you higher stages. This is the scam. This is the scam. And hey, Trivikram's been doing it for 60 years. So he's topmost for the longest. It's on the topmost stage. And I'm the disciple. He's got all these disciples sending him money, paying for this, paying for that, worshiping him, throwing flowers at him, buying him airline tickets and buying him this and buying him that. Because they think that because they believe this scam. And then he just goes, oh, I'm going to go have sex with this woman for 6 months. And then when I'm caught and I can't hide it anymore, I'll just pretend I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll figure it out. I'll just play it by ear. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll start a marriage ashram in the Ukraine because you know what? We don't have one of those. And then tell my disciples, it's no big deal. What do you mean it's no big deal? The fuck you mean it's no big deal? You mean you're not on the topmost level? You mean you had difficulties, you fell down? You've been hiding this from me for 6 months while I was sending you money and you were lecturing me about how I'm not supposed to have sex unless it's for children? So when's the baby due, Mr. Swami? When should we expect Swami Jr. to show up? No, he's just going to go on and just act like nothing happened. He's just going to just act like nothing fucking happened. And he wants all of you to just shut up and just don't worry about it. You can still write me letters. You can still call me Guru Maharaj. You can still buy me airline tickets. You can still pay for me to go play Guru Palooza wherever I want to go. Don't think that you can't do that no more, because you can definitely do that. You can definitely send me money. You know what? I'll say whatever the fuck I want to say. I don't give a fuck about you. I just don't. I don't give a fuck about you. You come in here and you know what I'm doing. You know what I'm talking about. You play stupid like every other Hare Krishna. You're gonna tell me what I can say and what I can't say. I just about had it with you. I really just don't give a fuck about you. Yeah, exactly, Dan. Exactly. This guy's got it all twisted up, and I don't give a fuck about him anymore. I just don't. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about you and what you I don't give a fuck about what you think. I don't give a fuck if you're against ISKCON or for it. I don't give a fuck if you like Hinduism or not. I just don't give a fuck. And you can take whatever the fuck you want and whatever the fuck you believe and you can shove it up your ass cuz I don't give a fuck about you anymore. I just don't. I'm tired of your bullshit. Bunny. Trivikrama is a good example of what sexual repression does to a human. He exploded at 84 years old because he couldn't have a normal married life. I mean, yeah, I don't know, something like that. I'm not a doctor, but yeah, he's a narcissistic. He's spiritually narcissistic, and eventually he's going to act on that narcissism. He's been acting on it, but the culmination of it is because it's all bullshit. He can't. He's not controlling anything, and none of them are. If it doesn't work, let me just tell you this right now. If it doesn't work for Trivikram and it's fake for him, it's fake for all of them. Don't think it's not. Don't think because Jayapataka never had sex with his 35-year-old disciple that he ain't fooling you too. He's fooling you just as much as Trivikram is fooling him. He's just as full of shit as all the rest of them. All of them. They're no different. That's the fucked up thing about it, is when you recognize that this shit is bullshit for Trivikram, it's bullshit for all of them. And they're going to blame the same shit. Oh, it's Kali Yuga, Prabhu. Well, fuck Kali Yuga. Then what the fuck chance have I got? If Kali Yuga can do this to Trivikram and can do this to Hansaduta and Kirtanananda and Rameshwar and everybody else, why even fucking bother? You gotta be out of your fucking mind. You're gonna tell me, oh, this is the easiest thing ever. This is the easiest scientific way to do it, but you can't do it because of Kali Yuga. Because look at all these other guys who just fucked up. You're gonna try and sell me something that don't work, and then tell me why it don't work, and don't expect it to work, and that it can never work because it's Kali Yuga. Well, what the fuck am I gonna buy it for? The fuck am I gonna chant for and go to your fucking temples for if your shit doesn't work? Why? Trivikram, explain to me how a guy who's doing Hare Krishna fucking 24 hours a day, 86 for 60 fucking years falls down. Oh, it's Kali Yuga. It's Kali Yuga, Prabhu. It's Kali. If you believe that shit, you fucking deserve this fucking piece of shit cult. You're dumber as a fucking stump. Dumber than a fucking stump. And if you can't see the difference between ISKCON and a fucking insane cult leader and an insane fucking guru system and a fucking Hinduism that billions of people around the world follow, then you're a fucking idiot too. You're a fucking idiot too. Marriage ashram to seduce women. No, he just wants to have, yeah, marriage ashram to seduce more women. He wants the cake and eat it too. He looks pretty weak and brittle. How does he even move around? It's like Harold. This is like a spiritual Harold and Maude. This is a spiritual Harold and Maude. And this Lolita, whoever, she just wants to have sex with him because she wants him to be a guru and wants him to have this spotless, like, oh, let's not tarnish his, he needs to get, what is fucking bullshit? They just fooling themselves, lying to themselves so they can trick themselves into fooling themselves by lying to themselves. Like, how the fuck does that work? You know the guy's a faker, but you're gonna lie to yourself and pretend so you can lie to him so he can lie to everyone else. You gotta be out of your fuck that. Where's fake human? You know, I'm sorry, man. Fake human, where'd you go? Just I gotta go back. You know, this fucking that's the marriage. That's the Grahasta ashram right there. I'm gonna meditate on my erection. That's what I'm gonna meditate on. These guys. Here we go. Retards are us. Mental Incorporated, man. She's so delusional that she is going to marry this guru that was having an illicit affair behind everyone's back for 6 months. And now he doesn't want to marry her, so she's going to marry him so he can save face and still be Guru Maharaj and be this guru. And ISKCON's going to allow this. And ISKCON's going to allow this to happen. ISKCON's going to allow this to happen. Hey Glenn, how you doing, man? Good to see you here. Bedtime storybook. Yeah, he's 80 years old and he's got this 35-year-old disciple. He can read to her the parts about Ramananda Roy rubbing on the little girl, and that can be their foreplay. Their foreplay can be reading about Ramananda Roy and then reading about the gopis. The Vedas say that married life is normal and part of life, but Prabhupada and his people changed the entire narrative to create pedophiles and human abusers because they are so miserable. Yes, I agree, man. I believe that Prabhupada is because of his failed marriage and his pedophilia that he just wrote it all into his books and encouraged the child marriage and encouraged. He didn't care when the children were abused. He didn't care that these gurus. How does Prabhupada pick these most horrible people to run his movement? I mean, what a failure he was. Kirtanananda and Tamal Krishna and Rameshwar and Harikesh and Hamsaduta and Hridayananda and Jayatirtha. I mean, come on, man. You need fucking therapy. You've been fucking years in organization. You kind of know this now fool you, buddy. You got problems, man. Because you think women like to be raped and you believe all this stuff, and I can't deal with that, man. I can't deal with it. So anything that knowing that you come from a rape culture and you're in this cult, you're in this Hare Krishna cult, and what I'm saying pisses you off so much, when you hear the truth about your cult, you can't take it. So you got to lash out and say all this stuff. So you're free to go. You can check out of here since you don't want to just shut up and listen. And since you don't want to shut up and listen, then I'm gonna kick you out. I don't know. I'm not gonna have it. I already said before. This is not a debate. This is a class. So this is not a debate. You can join in the discussion, but I'm not debating you. And so if you don't shut the fuck up, I'm just gonna kick you out. I'm gonna kick you out, man. It's a free world. Yeah, because he's a brainwashed cult member. He's feeling attacked because I'm speaking bad about his gurus. Speaking bad about his gurus. Bunny, I haven't even started speaking bad about. You want to hear me speak ill about Hinduism? You want me to speak bad about all the pedophilia in your books and stuff? You want me to really get into it on that and talk about your rape culture and how women in Delhi can't get on a bus without being gang raped, fear of gang rape? You want me to talk about that? You really want me to talk about that here? Because I don't have a problem talking about that. I'll talk about that till your ears fall off. That's what I'll do. Hey, Eliana, how you doing? Um, I don't have a problem talking about that. I'll talk about your rape culture. I can bring up news reports about how the rape uh, uh, the rates of rape in India and all the women that have been raped and murdered in India, in Delhi and in Mumbai and all over. And we can talk about that. You want to talk about that? You want to talk about that aspect of Hinduism? Because I'll be happy to talk about that. So you can either, like I said, you can either shut up or I'm going to kick you out. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. Um, so So it says here, Guru Maharaj will certainly provide further clarification in the very near future, because he doesn't even know what he's going to do. So he's going to think about it and he's going to figure it out. Uh, I would like to add that yesterday, as well as today, we are observing numerous persistent attempts by some students, mostly on the Polish side, to misinform other devotees about the true nature of recent events. Now, I have to figure out that what that means is that there are devotees who are speaking the truth and they don't like it. It says here, a polite request to every student: if you have any doubts, you always have the opportunity and right to contact the Guru Maharaj personally. Um, yeah, I would imagine that there's a lot of his disciples that are having doubts. Absolutely. Um, This is much better than participating in gossip and insults as a listener or spreader of both. So, just speaking the truth, they will call you a gossiper and an offender. So, you can't even speak the truth about what's going on without repercussions, just like that. Um, then he goes on and says, I also politely request all Guru Maharaj students who still sympathize with me to maintain Vaishnav etiquette. Right. Don't say anything. Don't speak out. Don't question. Don't don't do anything. Just hold your tongue. Uh, Luca etiquette. Understand the situation and offer any form of support to the extent of your willingness and ability. So that what that means is keep donating, keep sending money, keep doing service. Don't business as usual. Don't worry about anything. And he says, your servant Tribungi Devidasi. So again, your servant, the even the disciple has the spiritual narcissism of wanting to be that humble servant, that that servant of the servant. You know, your servant in front, and then Tribungi Devi Dasi, which is supposed to mean servant as well. But they're anything but humble, and they're anything but servants. They all want service. They all want service. And let's see, hold it. My name, I got to feel like a guru. I got to have a big long ass name. So let's see what we got today. We got Jai Bhakti Vedanta Vaidurya Rasalila Vedanta Mata Mandanda Jagat Guru Sri Makunda Das Guru Dev Ki Jai. Yeah, hey, that's a good one. The Vedanta Mahatmananda. Hey, I like that. Vedanta Mahatmananda. So I hope that's offensive to Bunny. I hope that name really gets under Bunny's skin. And I hope he takes it as an offense to Hinduism. That would make me really happy. So to get on, going on with this Trivikrama update, because we've been so disrupted by Bunny, it says here, so then the writer of this update says, you can't make this up, can you? We do not want to mock Trivikrama Prabhu. Yeah, well, I do. I'm going to admit right now, I intend to mock him and everyone who follows him and everybody that's just like him. I intend to mock them until I can't mock them anymore. I absolutely do. Neither are we pro-Russia because ISKCON is, I guess they're pro-Russia. It says, not at all. Sadly, His Grace Paranjan Prabhu, that's Pod, from Krishna1008blogspot.com, is clearly taking sides. Well, what other side is there to what other side is there to take? I mean, I don't understand. Taking sides. We're talking about a guru, an 80-year-old guru who had sex with his 35-year-old disciple, covered it up for 6 months, and now wants to start a marriage ashram with another woman that's not 80 years old. Trivikrama Swami is a really sad case. Thank God we left this cult on time. Man. Man, you're not joking, man. It is a really sad case. It's a sad case, and it exposes them. And you could say, well, every guru that fell down exposes them. Yes, every guru that falls down exposes them. Absolutely. And this one is a good one, though. This one is a really good one. So yeah, you can say that. Let's see. But in this evolving case, many devotees will mock him. Sadly, obviously, after reading such news, this is unavoidable. So you expect that faith and trust in ISKCON as an institution could go down even more. Yes, it would. Any doubts about it? Yes, absolutely. How do you not take this as anything else? How do you not mock him? How do you not take this? How do you not lose faith and trust in ISKCON? How do you do anything but that? For all of you out there that are in ISKCON watching this video, and you're going, well, that doesn't mean, this means a lot. This means a lot. This guy couldn't do it, and their excuse for why he couldn't do it is it's Kali Yuga, or because she had prominent features, or whatever. And they're going to say, well, it could happen to anybody. Well, if it could happen to anybody, and now you're just going to let this guy gets to just do whatever he wants. Should I stay or should I go? Should I go? Should I stay? But if my daughter's molested at the LA temple, did we get that choice? Being a victim of child abuse, sexual child abuse. Did we get to choose to do whatever we want? No. We were ostracized. We were blamed. We were victim shamed, victim blamed. We were victim everything. He's still promoted as guru. What did we do? What did we do wrong? What did my daughter do wrong compared to this guru? Compared to this guru, what did my daughter do? Bunny, I'll say whatever the fuck I want. I'll say whatever the fuck I want. Your fucking ISKCON cult gurus that worship Krishna are a piece of shit. And worshiping Krishna isn't going to do anything for anybody. And chanting your mantras and worshiping a 16-year-old boy who's having sex with 11-year-old gopis down by the river, and Ramananda Roy rubbing his hands all over little girls, naked little girls, isn't going to do anything for anybody except turn them into a pedophile. And if you don't like it, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck, dude. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You can go read your Hindu books, and you can go read about Ramananda Roy, and you can go read about Krishna, and you can go read about Mohini and her full breasts and milk coming out of her tits and her big hips, and running around naked, and Lord Shiva running after her, and him ejaculating, and his semen falling all over India and making the whole. You can go read that crap if you want to. Go worship the hell out of it if you want to. But that's a bunch of bullshit. It never happened, and I don't give a fuck what you say. So it says here, so this is another revealing part. It says, anyway, considering his old age, dementia, and vaccine effects on his health, this could not end well. So now they're blaming the vaccines on this. They're trying to blame everything, right? They're blaming, they're saying consider his old age, dementia, and he got a vaccine for the flu and COVID because he didn't want to die. All right, he's an 80-year-old man. He didn't want to die. Probably the smartest thing he's done in the last 75 years is he got a COVID-19 shot. And they want to fucking make him out to be an idiot for that. And they want to make him out like that's why he had sex with this 35-year-old disciple, because he's 80 years old and he got a COVID-19 shot. That's how stupid these people are. That's how stupid these people are. That's how fucking stupid these people are. And you can be anti-vax or whatever, but don't tell me that because this guy got a COVID-19 vaccine. Yeah, I was a real fool when I was in it. Absolutely. Yeah, I was in it for 20 years, and I was very foolish for that. You're right. Absolutely. And that's why I'm doing this, because I don't want anyone else to be as foolish as me and end up in the fucking disgusting pedophile cult for 20 years. I don't want that to happen to anybody. And I recognize that it did happen to me. And it happened to most of the people in here. Maybe not 20 years, but maybe 5, maybe 10. I don't know. I haven't asked, and nobody's volunteered, so I really don't care. But I know that I was in for 20 years, and I know the damage it did to me, and I know the damage it did to all those kids, and I know the damage it did to my friend Jagjivan, who committed suicide, and Janardana that committed suicide, and all these other people that committed suicide. So were they fools too for committing suicide? You think that's funny? You want to laugh at them too? You can go ahead and laugh at them if you want. You can laugh at all those abused children, and you can laugh at all the people that have committed suicide, and you can laugh at all these disciples of Trivikrama Swami who've been giving him money for the last 20 years, 30 years, maybe 40 years of their lives, thinking he was a pure devotee, thinking he was going to take them to Goloka Vrindavan or wherever you Hindus think you go. And then this happens. Oh, poor guy. Now he's going to go down to the hellish planets or wherever you guys think they go. I think that's funny. I think that's funny. I think that's funny that you think there's a place where they go. I think it's funny that you believe in these gurus and that they can take you somewhere. I think that's hilarious. What I don't think is funny is having these gurus ruining people's lives, destroying people's lives, to the point where many of them commit suicide, and some of them end up in therapy for the rest of their lives. Some of them abuse, domestic abuse, child sexual abuse, torture, mental torture, manipulation, spiritual blackmail, emotional blackmail, all those things. All those things may be funny to you, but they're not funny to me. So you can laugh about them. You can laugh it up. Laugh it up, funny boy. Just go ahead and just laugh it up. Yeah, it's hilarious. I agree with you. So, so it says here. Anyway, considering his old age, dementia, and vaccine effects on his health, this could not end well. Who is interested in keeping such a ridiculous facade so much? Why not let him rather spend the final months of life in India's holy dhams? Yeah, reward him for all of this stuff by just letting him retire to India, and he can just go, on somebody else's dime. All his followers that send him money, thinking that he was some kind of pure devotee. Imagine the people who were born into this, like that poor 13-year-old child bride. She didn't know another life but hell on earth. Yeah, she said her life was horrible and up until the age of 13, and then it got really bad after that when she got raped. Then she got raped, sent to India, married off. I mean, every bad thing that could have happened to this child did, except she thank God she didn't kill herself. She hasn't deleted herself from the planet. Otherwise, we wouldn't know. We wouldn't know her story. So look. Here's this woman. Here's this woman. This poor deluded, this poor deluded woman here, who so it says here to ridicule ISKCON, make it a laughing stock, parody of sannyas and spiritual life, to bring down the reputation of our movement, or even in an attempt to destroy it. Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's a laughing stock. It's a parody of sannyasa spirit. It's cosplaying. It's cosplaying. And why will Trivikram Prabhu change his ashram at the age of 83 years? Ever heard about such a case before? And the GBC allowed it. And who is Lalita Shakti Devi Dasi? Right. And I think that all of these disciples, I think all of his disciples, that's a good question. Like, who is this? Who are these? Who is this disciple that he had sex with? And who is this woman that he's gonna? I mean, this is my guru. This is my guru Maharaj that I've been supporting with my donations, and I've been worshiping him on my altar, his photo. I've dedicated my life to this man. He's supposed to be taking me back to Godhead. And now I find out that not only has he broken his vows for 6 months and hid them from me, where's the truthfulness? Where's the satyam? Huh? How was he wearing orange all this time and having sex with this woman? And this woman that he's having sex with, she wasn't telling anybody, so she was keeping the secret too. Where's her honesty? Where's her satyam? Where's her truthfulness? Where's her devotional purity? Where is all of that in both of these people? And they act like it's no big deal. And these disciples, evidently, these disciples are like, oh, it's no big deal. Because they're invested. What are they going to do? Say, well, I want a different guru? Or I don't want any guru? So basically, the guru can do whatever he wants. He can have sex with men, have sex with women. He just do whatever the fuck he wants. If Trivikram can do whatever he wants, and they let him just whatever, then what does it mean to be a Swami? What does it mean to be in devotional service? What the fuck does any of it mean? It means it's a bunch of bullshit, is what it means. It's exactly what it means. And they all know it. They all know it, and they put up with it because when they fall down, they don't want to get kicked out. When they fall down, they want Trivikram to stick up for them. Hey, we got to let Sri Mukunda have a pass. He's been doing all this devotional service. He did all this devotional service in the past, and hey, she had prominent features, and he can just wear white for a little while, and then we'll let him back after a while, and he can come back, and everything will be okay. And we really shouldn't don't give Sri Mukunda a hard time, because that's offensive, and why should we give him a hard time? Well, no, fuck, it doesn't make any goddamn sense. You're either a Swami or you're not a Swami. And these guys are not Swamis. Your Shodanandan was never a Swami. Hari Kesh was never a Swami. Jayatirtha was never a Swami. Even Prabhupada wasn't a Swami. These guys are not Swamis. They're cosplaying. Every single goddamn one of them. Cosplaying. No different than friggin' Renaissance fair. They put on some clothes and they go act like it's medieval England. And they sing their songs and they dance around. And, oh, we're in King Arthur's court. Oh, yes. Oh, knave. Oh, I knight thee, sir. Ding of Dingleberry. And that's a bunch of bullshit. And that's exactly what these guys are doing. Oh, I knight you, sir. Trivikrama Das Swami blah, blah, blah. That's a bunch of bullshit. And they think they're His Holiness. What is so fucking holy about him if he is having sex with his disciple? You can tell me that. How is he holy? Holy my fucking ass. And these jerk-offs want to send money and worship these guys and come in here and talk about, oh, you're really obsessed with these ISKCON people. No, this guy's a fucking scammer. He's scamming millions of dollars off of all these innocent people. I ain't scamming nobody. I'm exposing this bullshit. You want to point the finger at me. I'm exposing all this bullshit. And you don't like it. So you want to say I'm this and I'm that. Well, fuck you. I don't give a shit. This guy's the scammer. I ain't scamming nobody. I ain't asking nobody for nothing. Nobody's paying for my YouTube channel. Nobody's paying for me to go to Gurupalooza. No one's paying for me to go to Rishikesh or swim up the Thames. I ain't asking nobody for nothing. I ain't asking nobody to go sell my books. I'm asking you to hit that like button. You can hit that like button and you can share and you can subscribe. That's about it. Other than that, I ain't asking for anybody to take care of me. I'm not asking you to pay for my glasses. I ain't asking you to pay for my fucking kurta. I ain't asking you to pay for my brick wall. I ain't asking you to pay for nothing. Unlike these fuckers, they asking you to pay for everything. Pay for my fucking Vedic temple of planetarium bullshit. Pay for my new wetsuit so I can go swim up the Thames and pretend like I'm printing books. Like somehow, if I swim up the Thames, these books are magically going to appear. You fucking bullshitting me. You fucking bullshitting me. They bullshitting Bunny and bullshitting these other Hare Krishnas that want to come in here and talk shit and think like, yeah, I ain't gonna know. Like, I ain't gonna know. I can smell you through my computer. I can smell the sweet rice and the fucking whatever the fuck your incense right through my computer. You ain't fooling me. You can come in here and bullshit these people and pretend like you're not a fucking ISKCON person. I'm just a Hindu. You think you can insult me by telling me, oh, you were a Hare Krishna for 20 years? Yeah, I've been saying I was a Hare Krishna for 20 fucking years. You think that insults me? You gotta be a fucking idiot cult member to think that that's a fucking insult to me. running for that fucking kiwi, man. Truth not found buffering. Yeah, I'm waiting for the truth to load, and this is yeah, there ain't no truth loading up, man. fucking, these guys are so full of shit, man. Trivikrama claims that Prabhupada taught that if one finds out that one's guru is bogus, one should not reject him. I don't know, man. I rather one should wait some. Rather, one should first wait some time to see if he will rectify himself. Trivikrama claims he gave a lecture in Alachua 2023 means he was already doing dodgy things then, preparing for his demise. See, that's what I was saying. Is like it's hard for me to believe that it's only been 6 months. I believe that shit was going on, and this whole ashram thing, change, and all this stuff is a bunch of bullshit. Wow, that's a long one, and I don't even know. Like hard pink waving face, blue smiley face. Sorry that my computer doesn't know what you're saying. What's a TKS? A TKS is a piece of shit. That's what a TKS. That's what TKS is. It's a piece of shit. So let me get back to this because there's still a lot here. We've been covering a lot of ground here. So he says here. However, I like what the AISF team sent us recently about Trivikrama. We hope that he is picking himself up nicely. We should all know that Prabhupada still loves his disciple Trivikrama, despite his recent abominable scandal. Excuse me. So, even if somebody does something abominable, he's still okay. And there you go, right there. It just says it. These guys can do anything. They can do anything. The only reason they make a big deal about it is because they want to look like, oh, we need to do something. But they don't give a shit. They don't give a shit because they know one day it's going to be them. They know one day it's going to be them. That's why they all stick up for each other. Bhakti Vikash Swami sticks up for Trivikrama, sticks up for Vic. They all stick up for each other. And they do some little cosplay thing, take this shirt off, put that shirt on. It's a bunch of bullshit, man. I'm telling you. And these guys can't see it. These guys just cannot see it. They just cannot see it. Never trust the bluffers. Always check the evidence. They've got it set up so that you can't check the evidence. There's no way you can check to see if these guys are doing what they're doing. If they tell you a Virabahu can initiate you, why don't you check him out, see if he's good for you? What are you gonna do? He's gonna walk to the temple room, and you're gonna walk in there, and he's gonna give a lecture, and you're gonna go, "Wow, that was really cool." You're gonna ask him a couple questions in class, and then he's gonna go back to his apartment, and you're gonna sit there and go, "Oh wow, he seemed kind of cool." You don't know what he's doing. The next day, he flies off to Mayapur for the GBC meeting. You don't know what he's doing on that trip. You don't even know when he's coming back. You don't know anything about the guy. You know all of his disciples because they're like, yeah, Virabahu's really cool. He's so cool, man. When he comes back, we're going to have a big party. You don't know what he's doing. You don't know who he's hanging out with. Is he hanging out with this guy? Is he hanging out with Rameshwar and Bhavananda? Unless you're there with them. You don't know what they're doing. You don't know what they're doing. You don't know what they're saying behind closed doors. You don't know what an asshole your guru is when he's having dinner with two of his closest friends and some guy from LA who's running the camera on a video project, and the idiot from LA is sitting there, and you're being a total dick, totally unspiritual, the most unspiritual asshole guy I've ever met, sitting there just complaining about it. I'm like, this is a guru? This is a ISKCON guru? This guy? You gotta be kidding me. If his disciples, well, first of all, he doesn't act like that in front of his disciples. He doesn't act like that in front of anybody. He's sitting there with his buddy and his servant and his buddy, and he's just being normal Tamal Krishna. That's not who everybody else sees. Everybody else sees holy man, friggin' the cosplay Tamal Krishna. You're right. They stick up for each other, no matter how crass or obvious are the failings. Truth is, Trivikrama was never good. Like, this is one of the worst fall downs because the guy's 80 years old. The guy's 80 years old. He should know better. He's been doing it a long time. He's one of the leaders. He's promoting himself as, this guru guy. And then he falls down. He falls down. And they can't say, hey, that's it for you, dude. You got to go. You either got to, you got to just leave. You got to just leave. They can't do that. They can't say, you know what, you need to just take your disciple that you had sex with and you need to go to India and we'll put you up in a room and just go and just fade away. We don't want you. We don't want you preaching. We don't want you selling our books. Just go chant. You got your wife now. Either you do that or we cut you loose completely. We just completely cut you loose. They can't do that. They have no control over this guy. They can't make him do anything. They can't discipline him. They can't even come out and say, hey, he really fucked up. All you disciples really, it's better off if you just find someone else because, we screwed this one up. But see, they don't want to say that because then they got to admit that they screwed up because they've been promoting this guy. They've been promoting this guy as a guru, and then he turns around and fucking shits on him. Someone had already made a website speaking ill of Trivikrama Swami. Seems like this guru always likes to create his own path to enjoy the fruits of his labor. Okay, this guy, I would be so embarrassed that I would just want to crawl under a rock and never show my face in public again. He can't do that. But they want everyone to know that Srila Prabhupada still loves Trivikrama. How do we know that Srila Prabhupada still loves this guy? Yeah, they all do. They all think that they're special. They all think they're special. That's that narcissism. He's superior because he met Prabhupada in 69. Well, I don't know what's special about you because you just fell down with a 35-year-old girl, and now you want to have a marriage with somebody else. So it's like, what kind of marriage? And why do you want to get married? You want to get married for children? Because Prabhupada says you just have to have children to get married. Marriage means children. I don't think he wants to be a dad at 85. None of this makes sense. It's all a bunch of bullshit. There's no way you can clean this up. There's no way you can sanitize it. There's no way you can Hinduize it. There's no way you can do any of that. This is all a bunch of bullshit. Trivikrama was one of the most. Trivikrama would always preach about sex and how not to have sex life, and sex life was bad, and don't have sex without children, and don't have sex without marriage, and the karmis are having sex and sex and sex and sex and sex. Just look it up. It always turns out these guys are like that. You're an 80-year-old dirty old man talking about sex. talking about sex all the time. And then it turns out that he's an 80-year-old man, and he even is having sex with a fucking 35-year-old girl. He can't, he can't even do what he's preaching about. That's such bullshit, man. I swear to God, it's bullshit. And if people want to come in here and say, I'm the problem, I'm the problem. I've had two swamis check me out. It's creepy as fuck. It is creepy. And because you're a woman, they can just say, she's lying, or she's this. Don't believe her. You can't trust them. You smack them around. They don't care. It's disgusting. So, and then they say, yes, years of service and preaching done by Trivikrama ex Swami. I call him Sex Swami. What the fuck is an ex Swami? Years of service and preaching done by Trivikrama ex Swami should be appreciated without a doubt and with gratitude. Yeah, we should appreciate all the time that he was scamming us and we didn't know it. We should appreciate that time. All that time I was being scammed. The 20 years I was in believing this bullshit. I should be thankful for that 20. What the fuck? But we also have to be very realistic about his current situation, and we have the right to know what exactly is going on now, why so many changes. I'll tell you what's going on, okay? Listen up. What's going on is it's all a bunch of bullshit. We Ukrainians chosen to help continue Trivikrama preaching efforts because they are very enthusiastic, but also obviously resent such extreme Slavic mentality. So no, don't try to blame anything on Ukrainians and say that they deserve this or they're naive or they're whatever. Just don't do it. This is a dangerous, destructive cult. They're in new territory that they've never been in before. And they're getting results with their disgusting preaching, and people are falling for it. It's not their fault that they're falling for it. I mean, it is kind of, but it's not really. They don't know. They're not watching Mike. If all of Ukraine was tuned in to my channel, I'd have friggin' millions of subscribers. But if all of Ukraine was tuned in to my channel, they might know the truth and not fall for this Trivikrama crap. So on July 17th, it says, yesterday such a statement about Trivikrama Das' marriage in Ukraine was published by ISKCON News website. So it says, another damage control statement. And does anybody really expect that when in Ukraine, Trivikrama Prabhu could observe these restrictions for long? So they got these restrictions. July 18th, as posted on previous encrypted message group by Ukrainian female disciple, Trivikrama is already in the town of Zhytomyr in Ukraine, and this Saturday he will take part in a program there. Lalita Shakti Devi Dasi said, in very small temples where it doesn't bother authorities, he can give lecture kirtan, but in bigger temples there are restrictions. Does that, I don't know what sense that makes. Like if you're at if you're in a smaller temple, you deserve to get scammed. But if you're in a bigger temple, we're not going to let them scam you. So as you can see, for mindless followers, everything is okay. Doesn't matter what happened already. This is very patterned behavior, by the way. And they still address Trivikrama Prabhu as Guru Maharaj. Yeah. That's the narcissistic, spiritual narcissism. They want him as their guru. It's part of their narcissism to have him as their guru, because as long as, one of the reasons is, as long as they have him as their guru, they can claim to be spiritually advanced as well. His guru-ness rubs off on them and gives them validation. If he's invalidated as a guru, then that invalidates them as a disciple. So they have a vested interest in wanting, in their narcissism, to be better than everybody else, is to have him as their guru, regardless of what he's done. If he says, hey, everything's okay, I'm still pure devotee, even though everything, shows the opposite, then they're going to go, yeah, okay, sure. Well, some of them are. Most of them are. Any second thoughts, as this case is similar to Giriraj's last year affair with female disciple Mirabai? Giriraj was transferred to India after the scandal. This could be called institutional disappearance. July 21st, told you so, and how fast this situation is developing is amazing. Here's a screenshot below from a short clip recorded in the Kiev temple where one Ukraine devotee praises Trivikrama Maharaj, describing him as our saintly person who has recently had some difficulties in spiritual life, but this can happen to anybody. And joyous reaction from Lalita Sakti Devi Dasi, translation included. Hare Krishna, dear brothers and sisters. Guru Maharaj will spend this week in Kiev in the company of senior devotee Bala Prabhu. A program of visiting the Kiev temple, Namahata Harinam, is planned. The mature assessment and approach of Kiev leadership to this situation is admirable and pleasing. Thank you all for this. There should be a place in it for everyone who wants to stay with Prabhupada. And here is a picture of Maharaj in a home program. He's the one in the corner in white, so he's not wearing his orange in this. There you can see him, Maharaj. So this Maharaj right there, you can see that this is the man who attracted a 35-year-old woman and wanted into having sex with him. You can see that I don't know. As I said, this is a spiritual herald and mod. I don't know what this woman. I don't know how this. Okay, devotees who repeated Maharaj's pranams came. They still want to be with him. Some of Guru Dev's fans who have known him for a long time and are ready to support him also came. Their behavior sounds almost like a personality cult. You got to be kidding me. One of them recognizes cult behavior. So here he is again, dressed in some white yogi pants. Superior delusions. Yeah, he's so deluded. I mean, I just don't just don't get it, man. Trivikrama Swami is a predator. Yeah, he preyed on his own disciple, which is really disgusting. They're all predators. I agree. I totally agree with you. Look at this guy. Would you trust this guy? I wouldn't trust this guy. Trivikrama Prabhu during Bhajan in Ukraine, July 2025. And soon he will visit another town in the Ukraine. So on July 23rd, somebody wrote, quote, there are so many stories of our sacred texts of sages that have slipped up and sought forgiveness, but such examples have typically been ignored by our members of ISKCON, and the solution is tapasya in the form of tirtha yatra. So I just want to say it wasn't a slip up. Slip up would have been he had sex with her the first time and he said, hey, I screwed up. Oh, no, he didn't do that. He never planned on doing that. He had sex with her and said to himself, wow, I got away with it. I'm going to keep slipping up for as long as I can get away with it. He got away with it for like 6 months. He says he got away with it for 6 months. He admits he got away with it for 6 months. You don't slip up for 6 months. What if he was still having sex with her? It was a year and a half, and then we find out that he's having sex with his disciple after a year and a half. Is that still a slip up? Now they want to have their cake and eat it too. They want to say that this is scientific and the holy name and this and that and transcendental devotional service and varnashram and controlling your senses and tilak and kuntimala and all of this stuff. But then when this happens, all that scientific shit gets thrown out the window. And they go, oh, there's many stories where our sages have slipped up. This isn't a slip up. Show me where many stories where the self-realized souls and the pure devotee gurus have sex for 6 months and hide it. And then when they're caught, they're allowed to just continue as if nothing ever happened. No. Prabhupada says if this goes on, you're supposed to jump in the Ganges. You're supposed to throw yourself under the wheel of the Rath Yatra cart. What happened to that? What happened to that? He's supposed to throw himself in the Ganges, tie himself to a rock, throw himself in the Ganges, not start a new temple ashram in the Ukraine. What about all the story? What about the story about, I forget the devotee's name, who looked at a woman and Lord Chaitanya said, get the hell out of here. And he went and he committed suicide. What about that story? How come we don't repeat that story when these gurus fall down? How come when the gurus fall down, we don't start talking about the guy that Lord Chaitanya caused to go commit suicide? See, even back then, they were these teachings caused people to commit suicide. 500 years ago, these teachings were so dangerous, people were committing suicide. How come we don't talk about that story? How come we don't bring up that story when we talk about gurus falling down? Oh, we just want to talk about all these many stories from our sacred text of sages that have slipped up and sought forgiveness. Well, give me one. Give me an example of a pure devotee in our line, a Sampradaya Acharya, Skampradaya Acharya, who had sex with a woman for 6 months and hid it, and then was able to just go on like nothing ever happened. Tell me where that is found in the Bhagavatam and the Bhagavad Gita. Show me that text. Show me that verse. Come on. You say that there's many stories? You telling me that there's many stories where this has happened. So let's break them out. Break them out right now. Break out the many stories where the pure devotee in the Sampradaya had sex with a woman for 6 months, covered it up, and then when it was found out, he was able to just go on with nothing, like nothing ever happened. Show me that person. No, they ain't gonna do it. They ain't gonna do it because there is none. There are none. So it goes on. Let's see, July 28th. July 28th, Trivikrama was allowed to go to Ukraine because this kind of gray zone country in comparison to Western Europe. He still has many ideas about preaching and contacts GBC often, I was told, and they are tired with his activity. Still, it is easier to control him there, and Ukrainians are enthusiastic and naive. But maybe soon, even Ukrainian devotees will find out that he is not the same person who used to come there 6-8 years ago. This is not going to end well. He drove a wedge between devotees. Okay. He still wants to preach about something. He still wants to preach about something that he failed at doing. He wants to preach about something that he did for 60 years and then failed and ended up having sex with one of his disciples. That's how deluded he is. That's how narcissistic he is. He can't even recognize that he failed at this. That all this shit that he's been doing for 60 years he failed because he had sex with this woman. Not only did he have sex with her, he hid it and covered it up and pretended. He faked it. He's just cosplaying. He was cosplaying the whole time. That's how easy it is. Trivikrama just showed you how easy it is to be the man behind the curtain. You can put on the orange outfit and the tilak, and you can put the thing on. You can sit on the Vyasa, you can chant your rounds, you can give lectures and do all this, and still be having sex behind everyone's back for 6 months, and no one will even know. No one would even know. And you can still collect your donations. You can still fly around the world. You can still have it all. You can have your cake and you can eat it too. Just join the Hare Krishnas. Become a guru. You do whatever the fuck you want. You can have sex with your disciples. You can pretend to be a pure devotee. You can fly around the world. You can buy a new wetsuit and flipper yourself up the Thames. Or you can fly off to Rishikesh and guru-palooza yourself to hell, into ecstasy. You can do all of that. Because nobody to answer to. You can have sex with your disciple for 6 months behind everyone's back while preaching that having sex with your disciple is wrong. And nobody even cares. They still call you Guru Maharaj. They still want you to be guru. And the GBC doesn't care. The GBC's like, hey, better you than me, buddy. If you want to go have sex with your disciple, hey, go ahead. But just remember, I stuck up for you. So when you catch me in Bangkok, in Soy Cowboy, coming out of the bar with 2 girls on my arm, don't say nothing. You stick up for me. You just tell everybody it's Kali Yuga, okay? You just remind everybody it's Kali Yuga. The holy name, Kali Yuga. Oh, you do that for me, and I'll do this for you. This is a bunch of bullshit, man. A bunch of bullshit. Okay, and so here is I guess old fooling next. Coffee, coffee and cake. Yep. Yeah. Hey, it's for my own good. It's for my own spiritual good to pretend that this guy is still a guru, because I can't make pretend spiritual advancement if I don't have a pretend guru. Got it? So, who is this woman? I guess this is her. I guess this is her. This is the I guess this is the one that he had sex with. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of vague. Um, this is my favorite picture, though, so get ready for this. This is August 1st. So this was like 3 weeks ago. So let's get a load of that. So here he is, Mr. 80-year-old guru, sitting in the middle of the town square in Ukraine somewhere. And he's still got this orange fetish. He's got this orange colored clothes fetish where he's got the saffron colored bead bag and he's got his orange sweater on and he's got his red socks on and he's sitting at a book table selling these books. And the modern scammer guru. Yep, modern guru. So he's still into this orange. Like he still wants to wear orange, man. He's so attached to cosplaying as a woman hating. I don't know what he's addicted to that orange, man. But isn't that the saddest picture you've ever seen? Is that not the saddest picture you've ever seen? This 80-year-old man, 83-year-old man, whatever he is, sitting in the middle of the town square on a park bench, sitting on some bench, on a little ass pillow because his ass hurts because he's 83 years old. And he has a little table of books. He's got a little book bag there. He's a little table with his Bhagavad Gita on there. And it's like his journey to other planets, or I don't know what friggin' books are on there. And he's sitting there. And look at that. Look at that picture, man. That is just the saddest friggin' thing. Wasted his entire life so he could become an 80-year-old man. He devoted his whole life to this so that when he became 80 years old, he could just sit there in the middle of this city somewhere in Ukraine or Poland or wherever he is. Sit there in front of a little table with these stupid ass books full of pedophilia and bullshit, racism, sexism. Trying to sell these books after doing what they say and failing at it for 60 years. And now he wants to pawn that bullshit off to someone else. The nerve of this guy. Friggin' nerve of this guy. He wasted his entire life. Wasted. Didn't learn a goddamn thing. Didn't control shit. Ended up breaking his vows at 83 years old or whatever, and then covering it. He didn't just fall down. Hell, if he just fell down and just continued on, that's a different story. I mean, that's still he fell down. That's still bad. But he fell down. He covered up for 6 months. He thought he was going to get away with it. This is a whole nother mentality. This is a whole nother mindset. Of hiding it for 6 months, for carrying it on, for not caring, knowing he was deceiving not one person. He wasn't deceiving his wife. It wasn't like he was having an affair behind his wife's back. He was having an affair behind thousands of his disciples' back, while he's preaching to them on a daily basis that they should not be having sex unless they're having children, and guilting them into it, and emotional blackmail, and spiritual blackmail, and spiritual narcissism, and abuse. It's abuse is what it is. And then he turns around and does this. And now he's sitting there. Look at him. And that's the saddest fucking thing I've ever seen. If that was my uncle Jim, and somebody showed me this picture and said, hey, remember Uncle Jim? Look at this. Remember we never figured out whatever happened to Uncle Jim. Well, look, I found Uncle Jim. He's in Poland. Look what he's doing. I would be like, I can't believe this. That's the saddest fucking thing ever. hawking his books. Gotta wear that orange, man. Gotta wear that orange. I gotta tell people that I hate women. But you know what? I did have sex with my 35-year-old disciple for 6 months and was hiding it because it was so good. That was some good ass, it was so good that I just didn't do it once. I couldn't just do it once. I had to I was a repeat offender. I was banging that shit. 6 months, buddy. 6 months. Just like the Gopal Krishna's wife, ex-wife. What a piece of shit he was. And he was gonna cosplay for the rest of his life as a fucking uh, guru. It shows you these guys are all the same, man. All the same pieces of shit. They're all the same, man. They're all the same. They know they are crooked as hell. Spiritual narcissism. He was the chosen one. Yeah, he's the chosen one. He's so special and holy. Look at him. Doesn't he just look like the holiest fucker on the planet? Sitting there, and then you know what he did. He don't look holy. He looks like a degenerate old man, like a dirty old 80-year-old man who can't keep it in his pants. He's no different than an 80-year-old man working at the hardware store who had sex with his employee, who talked his employee into having sex with him because she didn't come in on overtime and she didn't do this and she didn't do that, and but I can take care of it. I'm gonna have to either let you go or we can go into my office and we can settle this in my office, and then maybe I can put you back on the schedule. That's no different. That's no different. He manipulated that woman into having sex with him. No different than if he was the manager of a Ace Hardwood or a Home Depot, and he manipulated some young checkout clerk into having sex with him because her performance review was too low. There was no reason for her to have sex with him. He didn't have to have sex with her, and he don't even love. It's not like he fell in love with her. If he fell in love with her and had sex with her out of love, he'd be marrying her, and they'd be going off to wherever to live. He didn't want nothing to do with her. Once he got found out, he didn't want nothing to do with her. Oh, but this other one, he'll open an ashram with her, or maybe she doesn't want to have anything to do with him. Either way, it didn't turn out too good. Either way, this is a bunch of bullshit. And either way, he got no business sitting on his ass in the middle of that city, sitting behind a bunch of fucked up, fake ass books, trying to corrupt some other person's life the way his life is fucked up. Hey, read this book, and you can fuck up your life just like I fucked up mine. Active Uncle Jim. Active Uncle Jim, man. He's wearing orthopedic shoes. He's wearing, yeah. And very soon, the diapers. I mean, he might be thinking that. He might be thinking, hey, I need assisted living. Maybe I'm not saying, getting old is rough, man. You should have thought about that before you became a fucking woman-hating, racist, sexist, friggin' Swami. I mean, our decisions in life have consequences, Maybe you shouldn't have followed this friggin' Prabhupada guy. And now look at you. You ended up 80 years old, sitting on a bench, selling these stupid books that nobody wants. I don't see nobody coming up to you. I don't see no crowd coming, sitting there with your little chingy ching things, playing your music. This is a bunch of bullshit. You fucked up and wasted your life, and now you want to sit there and peddle those books so someone else can waste their fucking life? Give me a fucking break, man. Here he is. Look at him sitting there playing his little chingy ching, chingy ching ching, chingy ching ching. Sell my book, buy my book. It's pathetic. It's fucking pathetic. I thought Brigupati was fucking pathetic. And look at this guy. This is the fall from grace. Talk about his fall from grace, Trivikram Das, dickhead. He's got no divine grace. He's a fall from grace. He had it. He had it all. Fucking a year ago, he was giving lectures, traveling around the world, having his Guru Palooza or whatever the fuck he wanted, having his lectures in his temple, doing all that, and then all of a sudden, he decided he wanted to have sex with one of his disciples. Decided he wanted to have sex with one of his disciples at 80 friggin' something years old. And now look at him, sitting on a bench with his friggin' little chingy chings. Look at that. That is just, it's pathetic. It's pathetic and sad. If that was my Uncle Jim, if that was my active Uncle Jim, I'd walk up to him. I'd be, come on, Uncle. I got to get you out of here, man. I got to take you home. We're gonna get you, get you a meal, get you some clean clothes. We'll sit you down. You can watch Wheel of Fortune. You can watch Wheel of Fortune, or whatever you want to do. But we're not gonna let you sit out here on this bench with these stupid books, and make a fool of yourself. I'm like, I would never let my active Uncle Jim do that. Go get him, take him home. Take Uncle Jim home. Oh, look, August 8th. Oh, now they're going to get married again. It says here they're going to get married again. Oh, doesn't he just look great with his Harold and Maude, spiritual Harold and Maude? I heard he takes Viagra. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, that's not a sin, but I mean, a guru taking Viagra. I don't understand what he's having sex for, because he's supposed to only be having sex for children, and I don't think he wants to have children. But his disciple here, she's kind of cute. I mean, she's an attractive woman. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to make of this whole thing. I mean, I don't know what she sees in him other than he's taking her back to Goloka Vrindavan or something. August 15th. This week, such info was shared on Ukrainian closed group of Trivikram's disciples, followers, and well-wishers about delayed registration for civil marriage in Ukraine. We made a joint practical decision yesterday to reschedule it. We made the mutual practical decision to postpone this to another day. There are many issues involved. We now will have to resubmit the documents. We are unable to provide a final registration date at this time. So here's his Vyasa Puj for Prabhupada, and he's using the name Trivikrama Swami again. So they're saying, hey, this came out on August 12th, and he's got Trivikrama Swami as his name here. August 23rd, it says, today's news is that Trivikram goes to India, most likely Juhu. We received information today that at the Polish Yatra Council that Trivikram decided not to marry and to go to Juhu, Bombay, India, which is Radhanath's area, I guess. So many changes, and then it says it will be continued. So this was August 23rd. So this was a couple days ago. So evidently he's not getting married, and he's going to go to Mumbai, Juhu Beach, India. And I don't know. Other than that, I don't know. If anybody else, if anybody knows, you can put in your 2 cents here. Um, the wedding's off. Fake human. I'm sorry to say, the wedding's off. Uh, no wedding at this time. We don't know what's going on. It sounds like there might be some kind of love triangle. Like maybe there's two women in this. They're trying to say that, well, there's the one disciple that he had sex with, and then there's and there's another woman. There's this Lalita Shakti who is like, I guess she's like, I guess she's the side chick. I guess there's two sides to the. I guess there's there's the main squeeze, and then there's the side squeeze. So I guess Lalita Shakti sounds like she's the side squeeze, but I'm thinking maybe that the main squeeze has left, and now the side squeeze is now the main squeeze. And that's, I mean, I have no way. So if anybody else knows, you can. If anybody knows, you can let me know. Um, who knows? Who knows what's going on? Who knows? So should we do a spin of the wheel? I think we should do a spin of the wheel. I had some videos here that, but I've already gone way over time. Um, I even was going to do this thing with this pod. I was gonna, maybe he'll come up on the wheel. Maybe if he comes up on the wheel, I can just go ahead and show you his latest thing. Let's go ahead and do that. See what happens on the wheel of idiot. I think I got to make a theme song for Wheel of Idiot. I think that's the next thing in order, kind of like a Jeopardy theme or something. Uh, and let's see, where are we going here with this? Ah, yes, the Wheel of Idiot. Um, I just love this wheel. This wheel is quickly becoming one of my favorite parts of the show. Is when we get to spin this wheel and see where it lands, what idiot it's going to land. Let me remove Anutama because I don't really trust this wheel anymore. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that and give it a spin. Let's see what happens. All right, everybody, here we go. And you can go ahead and hum your favorite theme song while it's spinning in your head. You can hum it in your head. Up, Prabhavishnu Swami. Woo! And everybody cheers for Prabhavishnu Swami. So let's see. Let me go back over here. Prabhavishnu. I can guarantee the women he had an affair with is super traumatized and probably crying her eyes out for trusting a real predator. Absolutely, and that's what I was saying. That's what I said a couple of weeks ago when I was doing the Trivikrama video. Is that this woman has got to be traumatized. The original woman that he had sex with has to be traumatized. I mean, here she thought it was her guru. I don't know how she got pressured into having sex with him. That seems really weird. Um, I don't see how she initiated it, but maybe she did. He's an authority figure, and maybe he used that to his advantage. Obviously, he used that. Um, but I don't know. Who knows what the psyche of the woman was, but she has to feel used and abused. And if she doesn't, she's even more abused because she's not feeling shame or she's not feeling any guilt or victimization or any emotions that she should be feeling. She should be feeling a lot of different ways. She should be feeling abused and raped and lied to, deceived, and mistrust, all of these things. Everything should be going through her head, and rightfully so. And if she's not feeling that, if she's just feeling like I'm a lowly woman and I'm less intelligent and I have a small brain and I'm the reason why and it's all my fault. That's continued abuse. It's continued abuse. I heard she was madly in love. And that's even worse. I mean, that's even worse that she fell into that whole thing. You for a guru, to be a guru, to pretend to be a guru and then have all this and then do this to this woman. It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. He took away her dignity and then took a crap on her, literally. Yeah, absolutely. And I said that from the beginning, even before I knew anything about it. Like, you know, just the idea that he had sex with her was just an abusive act, a violent, abusive act. Whether she was all down for it or not, and whether she fell in love with him or not, that's besides the point. He abused her, and the fact that she would fall in love with her abuser is even worse. It's just even worse. It's more disgusting. I doubt she will stick around in the cult after this. You never know. You just never know. I hope not, but you just never know. Uh, that says it all. That says it all loud and clear right there. Um, Even more than the Kiwi. Uh, so we have Prabhavishnu. So any of you out there that don't know who Prabhavishnu was, this will be a fun one because we're going to learn. We're going to learn stuff, and it's interesting that it came up on him because I just mentioned. I just mentioned him about prostitution in Bangkok, and I believe that's right up his alley. Um, Let me see what I can find on him, and this is going to be fun. This is going to be. Mm, Maybe I can find a video here. Let's see. Let's see what we can find. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Okay, let's take a look at this creep who cheated people and abused people. Well, these teachings are abusive. I don't know if he's ever been abusive, but I think being in this cult is abusive.
Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 10, Text 2.
Srimad Bhagavatam, первая песня, 10 глава, 2 текст.
Sutta Uvacha. Vangsang Kuro Vangsa Davagnini Hritam.
Okay, it's enough of that shit.
But because he wants to maintain the creation, he desires the mass of people to follow the right path of self-realization, which enables the living beings to enter into the kingdom of God. The Lord wants the suffering human beings to come back home back to him and cease to suffer the threefold material pangs. The whole plan of creation is made in that way, and one who does not come to his senses suffers in the material world by pangs inflicted by the illusory energy of the Lord. The Lord therefore wants his bona fide representative to rule the world. Lord Sri Krishna descended to establish this sort of regime and to kill the unwanted persons who have nothing to do with his plan. The Battle of Kurukshetra was fought according to the plan of the Lord, so that undesirable persons could get out of the world and a peaceful kingdom under his devotee could be established. The Lord was therefore fully satisfied when King Yudhisthira was on the throne, and the seedling of the dynasty of Kuru in the person of Maharaj Parikshit was saved.
Okay, so Jesus Christ. I don't know whether to talk about this piece of shit here or talk about what he just said. If you were listening to what he said, because I was kind of not really, I was zoning out. He did mention that these pieces of shit gurus are supposed to rule the world, and that's what's supposed to happen in the future. He just said it. And that's their plan. That's Prabhupada's plan, is to have these pieces of shit gurus like Jayatirtha and Tamal Krishna and Rishi Harikesh and Rameshwar and Hridayananda, the Harvard Swami, the idiot who went to Harvard, doesn't know if the sun is closer to the moon or the sun is closer to the earth or the moon's closer to the earth. He went to Harvard, but he ain't got that figured out yet because he's a fucking idiot. He wants these people to run the world. Buffoons like this guy who like and Trivikrama, who can't keep it in their pants. This guy running off to, he's going to finish this lecture and he's going to run off to Bangkok and go pick up some bar girls and take them back to his hotel and have a good time with them. And hey, and I'm all for, if a man wants to go to pick up women and take them to his hotel and have a good time with them, I'm all for that. Go do it. But don't sit there and cosplay as a holy man and preach of how sex is bad and sex is only for having children and women are this and women are that and women are bad and women are dumb and women like to be raped and all of this stuff, and then turn around as soon as you get off of that chair, fuck all that shit, you're running off to fucking Soy Cowboy and get caught walking down the street with two strippers on your hand. 24 hours earlier, you were doing this. And not just once. He was caught a bunch of times. He was caught so many times that they couldn't just pretend like nothing ever happened. They finally said, hey, man, you got to go. You've done this too many times. We let you get away with it, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know how many times they let him get away with it. But he obviously wasn't going to stop. He wasn't going to stop. He was going to keep doing it. They said, look, man, we backed you up once. We backed you up twice. But now we got to cut you loose. He's footloose now. Footloose. He could do whatever he wanted. He could go be weekend guru, and during the week he can go pick up his bar girls. And during the week he can pick up the bar girls, and on the weekends he can go play guru and give the Sunday lecture and pretend like he believes all this shit in these books and he believes all this stuff that he just said. Because if he believed it, he wouldn't have been down on Soy Cowboy with those hookers all those different times. You can't tell me he believes all that shit that he reads, and then he's going to turn around every chance he gets. He's going to run off to friggin' Bangkok. You can't fool me. You can fool people like Bunny and all these other Trivikrama followers. You fool all of them. You can't fool me. I'm Jagat Guru, Bhakti Vadurya, Multi Dandi, whatever, whatever it is. Where's my thing? I'm gonna have to make a little thing with that. Where is it? I don't even know where it went. But yeah, that's who I am. Fuck these guys. Like these guys. I'm not cheating anybody. I'm not saying send me some donations so I can go swim up the river and print up some books, and then you guys are all going to get a benefit for that, and you'll be elevated to a heavenly planet or something. I'm not telling people that if you wash my feet and do all this bullshit, you're going to go back to Godhead, like this guy is doing. This guy had the nerve to tell his followers that if you worship me and do all the shit that I say, I'm going to take you back to Godhead. But I do have to make a stop off at Soy Cowboy. I make a little detour on the way to Vrindavan, on the way to Goloka Vrindavan. We're going to turn down this little alleyway here. There's a lot of nice little nightclubs down there. We're going to make a little pit stop. Maybe I'll see my friend Radha Kuhn down there, and then we'll jet back. I mean, what's the difference between this guy and my friend Radha Kuhn, who was like the weekend devotee? This guy's a weekend Swami. And when I'm not with the girls, when I'm not in Bangkok, banging girls, invite me to your temple and I'll give you a lecture. That's like Radha Kuhn. When I'm not up in Badger, breaking Badger, I'll come to your temple and I'll give you a lecture. Or I'll rip off my girlfriend, lie to my girlfriend, so she'll buy me a ticket to Vrindavan, and then when I get to Vrindavan, I'll just hang out there and play holy man. Never mind that I lied and cheated and steal to get here. Never mind all of that. Never mind all the shit I did to get here. Lie, cheat, and steal, all the drugs I did, the strip club I did, ripping off the strip club, getting chased down the back alley in Bangkok with Sri Mukunda, and the bouncers are chasing us down the street, and we hop in a tuk-tuk and hightail it. Forget all of that. Forget all the meth in the hotel and all the bullshit that we did to get to Vrindavan. Now that we're in Vrindavan, I'm gonna sit on this little chair. And I'm gonna be Mr. Holy Man. And what's the difference? What's the difference between him and this guy? Or the guy that's flying to swim up the river in England? Or the guy that's flying to Rishikesh so he can have his Guru Palooza? There's no difference between these guys. They're all the same. They're all fucking the same. Yeah, I doubt she'll stick around in the cold after this. Yeah, like I said before, yeah, she could though. She go find a different guru. Processed. It's a side hustle. The side hustle. They all got their side hustle, man. That's it. Hey, listen, we did a great spin of the wheel. We got Prabha Vishnu out there, so one by one, we're all going to learn about these gurus and how they're all full of shit. One by one, we'll take them down. It's always the men who get rewarded for using a lady and then walking away with his intact integrity and get praised for it. I know a couple of ladies who were used by these spiritual narcissists. Yeah, exactly. He gets to break his vows, hide it for 6 months, and they still get to call him Swami. But the woman that he abused, what does she get? She doesn't get to go on like normal. She's forever the woman that had sex with the guru. You think she can go sit in a class with all her god brothers and god sisters? You think her spiritual life is ever going to be the same? No way. But he can just move on. He can just wait it out, and then he's going to be Swami again. He's already Swami again. He'll be Swami again. He's going to be wearing his orange outfit again. He's going to be having his Guru Palooza in Poland, and he's going to go on like nothing ever happened. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. And we're going to be here, right here, watching the whole thing. We're going to be watching the whole thing. But she's not getting no guru palooza. She's not moving up in spiritual life. She's not, she's gonna look like that woman that joined the Hare Krishnas when she was 18 or whatever, and they put her through the ringer in New Zealand, and she ended up coming out like, and then we went to the thing, and then I got on the bus, and then we went to Auckland, and then we did this. When she joined, she was like, yay, the Hare Krishna, wow, look at me, oh, I'm having so much fun. And then when she's telling her story, she's like, yeah, and then we went here, and then we went there. And then she looked like she got hit by a bus. She looked like she was recovering from freaking brain surgery or something. She's a totally, completely different person. That happy-go-lucky person that joined the Hare Krishnas was gone. What was left was a shattered, bitter, hurt, damaged person trying to get their life back together. That's what this young woman's going to look like. She got screwed by her guru every which way, in literally, figuratively, and literally. He screwed her mind, her soul, and her body. And she's going to look like a bad person. Yeah, everyone's going to blame her. They've already heard she's to blame. They have already heard she's to blame. How could you do that to our Guru Maharaj? How could you do that to our Guru? Fuck you. What she needs to do is she needs to come in here, and she needs to watch these videos, and she needs to learn that she's a victim, and she needs to learn to get some self-respect and some integrity. She needs to face the facts that she was a victim. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm not saying just do it. That's a difficult thing to do. But that's what she needs to do. She needs to face the fact that I've been victimized. I'm a victim of this cult. I'm a victim of this guy. And she needs to get therapy, and she needs to learn that this is a destructive, dangerous cult. And she's a victim of it. And then she can heal. And then she'll be able to heal and get her life back together, and she'll be able to move on. That's what she needs. Whether it's watching my videos or somebody else's videos or reading a book or whatever, but that's what she needs to do. She needs to come to understand that she's a victim in all this, and that these guys are charlatans and scammers and abusers, and they're predators and they're pedophiles, and these books are full of shit. That's what she needs to understand. And until she does, she's not going to get any help. It's really sad. It's really, really sad. It's really sad. And so if anybody knows her, or anybody knows how to get any information out to her, you can tell her, say, hey, there's a YouTube channel, man. You can go, and we're all there, man. And we all support you. We all understand that you're a victim in all of this. And, it's a safe place where you can, you don't have to speak out. You can just watch. But it's a safe place where you can speak out, and you can help others, and helping others is very therapeutic. It's very medicinal, or whatever you want to call it. Okay. It's very therapeutic when you realize that what we're doing is helping other people. It becomes something that you really want to do. I want to help people. I want people to know that this is an abusive cult, and it harms people in real ways. It's not like you just hear it. Oh yeah, it's a cult and it harms people. No, we're here to tell you exactly how it harms people. I'll tell you how it harmed me and my daughter, and everyone in here has their story on what happened. So when we say that this cult harms people and it's destructive, we can supply the details. We can give you the details on exactly how it's destructive, why, how, what it does, how it works, and how you can break free of it, and how you can warn others, and how you can get your life back. And that's what it's all about here. So if anybody knows this woman or can get a message to this woman, you can tell her that, hey, we're a group, and we heard about this, man, and we recognize you as a victim of these guys, of this guy in particular, and we feel for you, and we want you to heal. We want you to get some therapy, some healing therapy, and to help you get on with your life and get over it. And she needs to know that there's people out there that care like that, because she's probably feeling like, man, everybody's against me. Nobody cares about me. I'm all alone. I don't know. So, um, but if anybody can get that message out there, man, that's a heavy duty message to get. So, if you can do that, definitely do that. I want to thank everybody for joining in today. It was a great show. I feel like I really got it was therapy for me. Uh, Therapy for me, definitely, helping me move on with my life, and I hope everyone got something out of it. So I want to thank everybody for watching. I want to thank everybody for hitting the like button, like, share, subscribe. Please, let's get these videos out there so more and more people can see them, more and more people can be aware and know what's going on with this dangerous cult. So again, thanks everybody. Please have a great day, great morning, great afternoon, great whatever, great day, and have some great luck. And please stay out of a cult. And again, once again, here's me as a Hare Krishna.